It's 6 o'clock, Sunday evening, and here we are again together. Welcome, everybody. I'm so grateful for having you here tonight. Welcome, and may this hour be a power hour for you, where we will reflect on so many beautiful things to help us to become the best version of ourselves. Here is also an opportunity for you to just unwind, where we will relax, reflect, and have the amazing opportunity just to reset ourselves. And this is what I really wish for you tonight. So I really, the depth of my heart, appreciate you being here. You will see the background is a bit different tonight. And maybe I'm just tonight at a different space, at a different dimension. Doesn't matter. I hope you like the background here. I just feel very, very happy to be with you and express my deepest gratitude towards you tonight for being here. And everybody, I just want to welcome you, everybody here tonight. Sandra, Edouan, Martina, Karen, everybody here that I see. Who's next? Desiree, you are also here. All of you are here tonight. And I'm so grateful. You know how it works? Please do not feel obliged to comment. So anything pertaining to tonight's topic, you can comment, ask questions, because that will also give me some idea of the flow of this hour session. And anything that may not be clear to you, that I would like to elaborate on more detail. Also be aware of that what I'm sharing with you, if you know me, or if you knew me, things are different. And maybe you will understand that I'm also making a shift in my own life. And you being tuned in now, you are also part of this journey of growth and transition. And this is why I would like to spend time with you tonight. And what you will also see is that I will build on the previous episodes and refer to the previous episodes, or some of you because you didn't attend last week or the previous week. So I will also remind you of that. And you can also go to our group. Most of you, I think all of you, belong to the group Mindful Moments, and there you will also get the video of every Sunday evening's broadcast. And after this broadcast, during the week, we can digest the contents, reflect on it, and then also just share with each other in the Facebook group Mindful Moments. So this is how we work in this group. This group is not just a group where you post posters. You post and you share your reflection, your understanding of that poster. And we then are able to understand what you are sharing on the Facebook group and also what it means to you. So this is good to have you all on board here. So let's see if there's anyone else also. Yeah, I think Mariska, you also now tuned in by now. Welcome. I think we can start. We can start when we can have a wonderful time here together tonight, and you are more than welcome just to share what's going on in your mind, and also just feel free to also participate in tonight's topic. Here's the topic: living with purpose and flow. Living with purpose and flow in your life. There are so many people and life coaches who speak about living a purposeful life, and wonderful. But what about the other aspect, to flow in it? So that's what we're going to focus on tonight, something a bit different with a different angle that we're going to focus on tonight in terms of living a purposeful life, but with the necessary flow. Because many people, Their lives are not flowing. Things are not happening the way they want to see things manifesting in their lives. And they are very frustrated because of that. And therefore, it's an opportunity here tonight that we can look at the aspect of flowing as well, along with living a purposeful life. And the framework that I want to share with you tonight has got to do with a formula that I want to share with you, as well as the necessary alignment tools to live with this purposeful life, but as well with the flow that we need to have. And many times I see people's lives are not in a flow. They're not in a flow. Maybe they have an idea of what their purpose in life is, but they surely not operating in the flow, and that could be very, very frustrating for them. And the concept that I'm going to share with you tonight is a formula. Is a formula, a specific way of living. Now, this formula is not a philosophy. It's stuff that when you do it, it works. And if you don't do it, it won't work. You must be committed to do it. And guess what? It's very simple, this formula. And along with this formula, I'm going to share with you a couple of alignment tools to help you to enforce and apply the formula in your life so that you can live the purposeful life, but also in terms of feeling the flow, experiencing the flow in your life. And let's dive into it. Here we go. So the start of this journey of flowing has got to do with following your highest excitement. And I've expressed this a couple of times in my previous broadcast with you, but tonight I want to go into more depth with it. The idea of getting your life into a flow has got to do to identify your highest excitement at a given moment and to act on what excites you the most at that given moment. For instance, I'm here with you tonight on a Sunday evening. Other people say I would like to watch TV and just relax, but here you are tuned in. My assumption is you are tuned in because you are following your highest excitement at this very moment. And what you're busy doing, you are prioritizing joy and passion in your life. And joy and passion now becomes the compass of your purpose. What's the point of having a purpose if there's no joy in it, if there's no passion in it? And this is not about what is your highest excitement in general in life, but rather what's my highest excitement at any given moment. Like now, 8 minutes past 6. What's your highest excitement now? And to follow that. And then you would be willing to take it as far as you can, as you possibly can, and you engage fully and you explore all the opportunities until you can take it no further. So I'm going to push it tonight until I can get it no further, until 7 o'clock. And what you do when you find out your highest excitement, what it is, you start to detach yourself from the outcome. And what we do, we start enjoying the moment, the process of the journey, the moment here together. I'm not so preoccupied with the results that will come out of this session. If it comes out, and when it comes out, I'm very grateful for it. But it's about the enjoyment I'm having with you right now, at this very moment. So I detach myself from the outcome. That will take away any stress, any pressure, so we can just have fun in this very moment. And as I just said before, you trust the process and allow life to unfold naturally. That's that zero insistence that we have. In other words, not to just make it so painful for you, but just to enjoy every moment of the day. This is how we will find our purpose in life, to check what's your highest excitement. When I speak to young people about career choices, and I ask them, what excites you the most? And many times their parents would like to give them opposite advice, but they don't want to go and study in that direction. Eventually, they're given because of the pressure of their parents, and 5, 10 years later, they are so deeply unhappy because they did not follow their highest excitement. So, in your comment section tonight, I would like to ask you, what is your highest excitement that you can think about right now? What excites you the most in life? And to find that joy once again is the first step towards you getting purpose into your life and to get into the flow. Because when I follow my excitement through joy and passion, you know what happens? It becomes effortless. And even if I have to put in a bit of sweat in it, it's all worth it. I do it with a smile. Like this morning, I went to the gym and I pushed myself beyond the limits. Yes, I was sweating, but actually it was effortless because I enjoy the moment. It's not about the outcome of the gym that I want, but it's the moment being there that I enjoy. That is what it's all about. Now, as you follow this concept, you know what's going to happen to you? You are following the concept of abundance. You are activating it in your life. And let me just explain to you what abundance is and the way I see it. It's the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. I repeat, abundance is the ability to do the things that you need to do when you need to do it. And right now, just think about it. As you sit or stand or lie down, wherever you are, do you really lack anything? As far as I'm concerned with me, I'm sitting here in a studio, I'm having my phone, my laptop here, I'm having you on board here. I am abundantly blessed. I have everything that I need to do now in this present moment. Abundance is not about thinking about the future and then compare yourself with the lack that you currently have in comparison to what you want to have. No, it's about just the present moment, to be here and to ask yourself, do I have food on the table in my fridge? Have I paid all my debt down? That's it. And it's also not necessarily about having an excessive amount of money or material wealth. You need to define abundance for yourself in terms of what you need to do now in order to do it. So instead of just looking at it from a money point of view, it's about having all the necessary resources and the tools, opportunities, your circumstances, everything that allow you to act on your highest excitement now or pursue with purpose without any limitation. And that's how we can put it. And if we see it like this, that it's in the present moment where we look at what abundance is, not a futuristic thing. Now we are actually enjoying abundance. Now you can say to yourself, I am abundantly blessed. And you can feel the feelings of being abundantly blessed. And you are so grateful because now you are acting on your highest excitement. And because of you acting on your highest excitement, now you can trust the flow of life. And the resources that you will need to show up in synchronistic ways will come. And this last part I've just shared with you now, I will go very soon in more detail about it. You know, other people see abundance as accumulation of wealth. No, it is all about sufficiency. And I want to challenge you tonight to trust that you always have exactly what you need to move forward with your journey. Isn't this wonderful if you can look at it tonight and you just look at abundance from a present point of view? not in terms of lack anymore. Right now, I have what I need to have in order to do what I need to do right now. And because of that, I can just feel and experience the overwhelmness of blessings in my life and being extremely grateful. Okay, does it make sense to you in terms of abundance, that you put it in the present moment, it's here, and you are so aware of all your blessings that you can count what you're having now. I lack nothing. I short nothing right now. I am so grateful. Now, when you understand the concept of abundance, now I can take you to the next point, namely synchronicity. And you know, last week I spoke about synchronicity in detail, but I just felt I would like to repeat it tonight once again to make you aware of how powerful this concept of synchronicity is and how it actually manifests in your life in terms of this flow that we are talking here about tonight. So synchronicity has got to do with the events in our life that we don't perceive anymore as random. We don't perceive it as luck. We don't perceive it anymore as coincidence. It's part of the flow. And these so-called synchronistic events, they are mirrors of your frequency. They are mirrors of your journey as well. They are road signs for you. When these so-called coincidences happen, two unlikely events or situations happen, you are thinking about someone and the person phones or WhatsApp you. You are thinking about you must close the tap, and you go home and you see the tap was open. You just know. You're thinking about someone who needs help, and you say a prayer for that person. You're thinking about a person who's now in a crisis, and you reach out to the person, and the person says, "Yo, it's like you really read my mind." Synchronicity shows you where alignment exists. When it comes your way, then you know what happens. You are on the right path. You need to act on it. When you act on synchronicity, it's so much joy and so much excitement that goes along with it. It's just something that you know you're in the right path right now. Then there's no resistance there when there is synchronicity. But when there is resistance in our lives, when things are not working out for ourselves and we see that synchronicity is not working now, it means one thing, that you are not in the present moment. You are running ahead. You are now in the future. And then you are not following the flow. Synchronicity has got to do with stay in the flow. Just go with the flow according to your passion. And then you will see that as you are in the flow, there is a heightened sense of awareness in this present moment. We stay aware. And what happens? We can trust these breadcrumbs as navigational tools in our lives. So synchronicity is a navigational tool to help you to understand that you are on path, you are on track, and we are so grateful for that. The last part of synchronicity that's so amazing has got to do with understand how timing works versus time. Too many people are so preoccupied with time. I need to be on time. I must not be late. Or other people say, I don't care about time, and they just come late. Either way, the extremes. But what if I want to challenge you tonight to change your mindset and move to the concept of timing versus time. Now we move out of the domain of linear thinking about time, which is not wrong, but if you want to transcend and you see timing, how it works, for such a time as this, it's a profound moment when you speak about stuff, when you speak about issues. It's the moment now that matters. It's the profound moment when you intervene. It's that profound moment when you arrive at a motor car accident and you are there to assist people. It's the timing. It's that timing that works when you are late for your submission, but at the very last moment, it's not too late. It's all about timing, and this is what synchronicity is all about. When you still have this idea of time, you still have an idea of thinking ahead. I have that appointment yet to come. And again, nothing wrong with it. But there's an elevated state of awareness that you can have when you move beyond just time, but to timing in terms of these coincidences, in terms of at the right place, at the right time where you are at. When you enroll at a course, when you bump into someone, when you book yourself into a hospital, go and see a doctor, when you meet your life partner, what a wonderful awareness it is that it was destined to be for such a time as now. You are in the flow. When this is happening, you are acting on your highest excitement. And this is the beauty, to have this level of awareness, to become aware of these synchronicities in your life that most people do not recognize. They're not aware of it. They overlook it because they're not in the present moment. When we're not in the present moment, we are not operating in the flow. We're not in synchronicity then. And then there's resistance. Then things are not working. I see many times with couples who are having conflict with each other. It's the same thing. There's no synchronicity with them because they're not in the moment listening to each other, not in the moment to understand the other person's point of view, not in the moment to express themselves very clearly and effectively. And when that happens, there's a disalignment. And this is the beauty of synchronicity. Won't it be amazing if you make a decision tonight, a conscious decision, that from now on, you surely would like to operate in the domain of synchronicity, to become aware of these breadcrumbs along your way and to be so grateful when they appear. When they appear. If I look at how many of you are tuned in tonight, I'm so grateful for you. It's about synchronicity. It's about you having the need to hear this message tonight and then to be able to appreciate it and then to respond to it and say, yes, I am becoming more and more aware of these amazing synchronicities in my life. But now, sometimes there is resistance, like we are not in the flow of things, or we are being stuck. And I want you to think tonight about your life. Do you feel stuck? If that's the case, it's a sign of misalignment, or you're resisting something in your life. You're out of tune. It's like a guitar or a piano that you're playing, but it's out of tune. It's not aligned. It's not tuned in. So we're tuning in. Alignment is necessary, and that's why we have this time together tonight. And how are you going to deal with it? Simple. You need to use your self-awareness to identify certain things. Number one, your fear, what you have, or a certain limiting belief that you have that's blocking your flow. I'm going to get back to that very soon. And maybe you have certain unrealistic expectations that's limiting your freedom. Then you're not in this alignment. So let's get to it. The idea of limiting beliefs that can really block us in this whole process of synchronicity in our life. About 3 or 4 episodes ago, I spoke in detail about limiting beliefs that we have, and these beliefs will keep us back, will hold us back from living an abundant life. Limiting beliefs, remember we spoke about, I must worry about things. If I don't worry about things, there must be something wrong with me. I'm not allowed to make mistakes. Everything must be perfect. I'm not good enough. Other people are better than me. The comparison fallacy that we have. I can't do it. Lack of self-belief. All of those limiting beliefs that we have, and there are hundreds more. What's happening? When we uphold them, we are not flowing. Then we are actually living in the past. When we live in the past, there is no alignment. Just like when we live in the future and worry about tomorrow, and we are so preoccupied with the future, instead of finding your true excitement in the present moment, and we live in the past, then we have a big problem. You know what? The problem with the past is, it's an illusion. It's not real. It doesn't exist. Eternity is all about a very long present moment. The reality is all about the now. It's always in the now. Always. You will always be in the now. And when our mind go back to the past and we recall past memories, what science have told us is that up to 80% of those memories that we have, those pictures of the past, is not anymore an accurate description of what happened. It's distorted. And because it is distorted, it will also affect our way we look at the past. Because as time goes on, we start seeing the things in the past in an exaggerated way, or in a minimizing way, not as it really is anymore. Therefore, the past can't be relevant, because you can go back and back to the past, but you have already have a limited view of the past, a selected view of the past. That's why it's not so accurate. The present moment, because you are in the awareness of the present moment and you can use your senses, your awareness of thoughts and feelings, it's a very far more accurate way to look at the reality now. And this is the beauty of the flow. When you are in this present moment and you are looking at the limiting beliefs of that's holding you back of the past, and you realize, but they're not serving me anymore. Once we come to that realization that these limiting beliefs of I'm not good enough, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, and other people are better than me, and I will never be able to do it, and luck will never happen, and it's the situation that's against me, all of those limiting beliefs that's keeping people captive. And when you realize, like a meeting here we're having tonight, they're not serving me anymore, I need to let go. I need to shift I need to shift my energy. And energy has got to do with your focus. Where your attention is, that is where your energy will flow. And that's where your emotions will also be. And most people's unpleasant, undesirable emotions that they have is a mere reflection of the past, the distorted picture they have about the past. And that's why I'm speaking here tonight, to become aware of your limiting beliefs. That's not serving you anymore. That's not aligned with your highest excitement. Your mind can be your best friend or your worst ally, your worst destructive force if you don't use this amazing tool to your own benefit. And that's why it's so important to understand that your limiting beliefs can hold you back and feel stuck so that you can't flow. You're not in the flow, and because of that, you're not making progress in your life. And this is where I talk about shifting your energy. Shifting your energy is the aspect here that I'm talking about tonight, to realize that a transition is necessary for all of us in order to become the best version of ourselves. I can't think the same way I used to think in the past. I will still be the same tomorrow. The future then becomes a manifestation of the past. The future is the past. The past and the future is the same then for many people, because they keep on rehearsing it in their mind of the failures, the setbacks, and they are stuck in the past through traumas, failures, setbacks, all of those things. And tomorrow won't change. They have a mere hope, but tomorrow it will still be the same as yesterday. There's no growth. There's no progress in their lives, because the scenario of yesterday, soon, tomorrow, that bridge, they keep on manifesting it. How do they do it? They can sit now and they think about the worst case scenario that's going to happen tomorrow. But that worst case scenario that they're thinking about now is a manifestation of past failures, pain that they actually have at the back of their mind. And now what's happening? They're just manifesting it. And tomorrow will be the seed that they've sowed. It will come up. And I would like to encourage you tonight. You can change, but you need to be willing to make the shift I'm talking about tonight. And the shifting has got to do to follow your highest excitement. It's actually so simple. To find out at any given moment, what is my excitement? Oh, but no, I'm not allowed to do that. Oh, what will the people say about me? Oh, fear of the unknown. Rather stay with the devil you know than the devil you don't know. The law of familiarity. Manifest them. No, man, come on. This is your time. This is 2025. It's a new year. Let's make a decision tonight to be aware of whatever does not serve you anymore. What didn't serve you well in 2024, whether it was a relationship, whether it was a habit that you have, a certain belief, an undesirable emotion, a lifestyle that you had that doesn't serve you anymore. When you say to yourself, I need to detach myself from that in order to transition. In order to transition, I need to see the new picture in my life that I desire the most. But more about that. Okay, so we can change if we want to change. We don't have to be stuck in our circumstances. You don't have to be the version of your past. The past does not have to define the present. It's the opposite, reverse. The present has the potential to define your past. When you live in the present moment now, and you look at the past, but with new eyes, with eyes of non-judgment, with eyes of acceptance, with eyes of love towards and gentle towards yourself, well, you know what happens? Then we can let it go because it doesn't serve us anymore. We don't have to see ourselves as a product of the past, because I don't have a past. I only have a present. I don't have a future. I only have a present moment. But wait, I can connect the present with the future. Just like with trauma and setbacks and pains and failures, people connect the present with the past. Then it's just one thing, one mess, when the present and the past is infused together, entangled. And then we can't be free because the present is not pleasant because of our association, our attachment with the past. But towards the end of this transmission tonight, I would like to show you how we can connect the present with the future in order to see things manifest, to make the necessary shift of energy when we make a connection between the present and the future. And when the present and the future becomes one thing. Through gratitude, as we say, it is a done deal. It is done. It is here. I see it already. I am grateful for having it manifested in my life because the present and the future have merged. Remember, in the 1st of January, I spoke about the topic remembering your future. That video is also available on our group for you to look at. To remember your future, not to remember your past, but remembering your future. That's what we're talking about. And this is a shift that's possible for you to really move beyond this past futuristic scenario in your life and being stuck in that situation. Right. But now we need to apply it. There's a practical application that needs to be done. So how do we do it? I want you to ask yourself, again, for those of you who joined in tonight a little bit later, welcome. Ask yourself the question, what excites me right now, at this present moment, and then act on it. By all means, if it's possible to act on it now, you do it, otherwise you diarize it. The next thing, in this whole process of alignment and synchronization, you will have challenges. When you act on your highest excitement, it doesn't mean you're going to have a carefree life. Let's be realistic. But when challenges arise, you need to see them as opportunities to shift your perspective instead of feeling sorry for yourself, blaming other people, and see yourself as a victim. It's about how can I look at this situation that I don't like. It's a challenge. It's undesirable for me. However, I want to look at it as an opportunity for me to shift my perspective. How can I shift my perspective? Point 3. So now you are trusting that every step that you are taking and every breath that you are taking, no matter how small, it's moving you closer to purpose in your life. What a wonderful idea, just to ask yourself right now, what's my highest excitement right now? How can I act on it now or as soon as possible? And when challenges come, how can I shift my perspective so that it can serve me and the situation for the best? And this is where we need to track our emotions, because your emotions are signals. When you feel an emotion of anxiety, it's a signal. I am not in alignment with the universe. I'm stepping out of line. My emotions are warning me. That anxiety, that panic, that worry, that a severe anger, that jealousy, that being upset, anger, all of them are cues for you and I to make us aware something you and I need to do to align ourselves back. Like the other day when I was driving in the fast lane of the N1, a little bit too slow, and someone came in the back flickering their lights, and I, too late according to that person's idea, I moved towards the left lane, and when I just let the person pass by, the person gave me the zap sign, greeting you with the other side of the hand. Choose the finger. Immediately I was upset. I took offense. But I realized my emotions was not that other person's problem. It's my challenge now to shift my perspective. Instead of blaming the other person or pursuing the other person, tracking the other person, taking his number plate, or I will sort him out, he doesn't know who he's dealing with, all of those kind of things. Let it go. There are certain skills that we can use to align ourselves back to the present moment. That person didn't upset me. What happened? I responded in a way according to my emotions of yesterday, of a prior experience I had similar to this, a limiting belief system that's already in my mind that I need to let go of. One of the ways how I've learned to, in a situation like that, when someone acts towards me in such a mean way, how do I align myself in terms of a shifting of a perspective? How? Here it is. So that day when it happened, I looked at this person, wealthy, maybe very, very wealthy according to the car the person is driving, and I realized, but this person is now throwing his toys out of the cot. He's throwing a tantrum. Who's doing it normally? A child, a toddler, throw their toys out of the cot. Will I be angry when a toddler does it to me? No, I will understand that it's still a child. It's still an immature child that has to learn to grow up towards maturity, a high level of awareness. So I won't spill my energy on that. The shifting has taken place. Now back to the scene on the road. The person may be an adult, but in the person's mindset, they are still a child. Throwing the toys out of the cot. Letting it go, having grace for that person. My awareness is at a different level. So I don't have to lower my vibration in order to meet that person on their level. Then it spoils my day. I spoil my day through buying into that limiting belief that does not belong to me anymore. I'm letting it go. So what am I doing? I'm shifting my perspective for my own benefit, for my own health, back into the present moment. Now I'm not resisting the situation anymore. I've dealt with my limiting beliefs. The expectation that the other drivers on the road must always act perfectly, must never make a mistake. I let it go. It happens. They are children on the highway. And now as I practice the acceptance skill, I accept it. I accept my emotions that I have to shift, that I have to acknowledge my emotions that I have to shift in order to feel better. And when I shift my mindset, I'm shifting my energy, and immediately I feel better. So that's the beauty of this whole concept. Right, so what excites me now? Back to that. So back on the road, I've asked myself, what's exciting me now? No, not that other driver that I felt very upset about, but I'm on my way to something in this car, on journey towards something that excites me so very much. So my excitement for the purpose of my journey overtakes and overwhelms and exceeds this whole event. It doesn't spoil my day. This is an opportunity to shift my perspective. I trust this process, what I'm busy now, to make sure that I am really aligned with my highest passion. And when that unpleasant event did take place, is it really at this moment what I'm doing that excites me so much that it's not worth it to spoil my day? Okay, so let's look at the key mindsets for purposeful living in order to have this flow in your life. How does it work? Here it goes. Once again, you're going to have to be present. It's in the present where purpose unfolds in your life. Not to think ahead. Oh, what must I do with my career? What if? No, you're not going to find any purpose in that. You're going to just upset yourself more. Stay in the present. And as you're in the present, not overthinking, not analyzing anything, just be in the present. Well, where you sit there in the garden and just either cleaning the kitchen or wherever you are in the present, washing the dishes, just be present there. This is where purpose unfolds, where you will become aware of what excites me now, what is really so important to me, what matters the most to me. And when you are present, you know what's going to happen? You are going to stay curious. Curiosity is your key here tonight. Wow, what a wonderful idea. If you are saying tonight, I'm going to stay curious to explore new passions as they arise in my life. Stay curious. Curiosity is that openness that you have for new experience. Make a conscious decision in your journaling. Make a conscious decision every day. Today, as I wake up, I am going to be curious to open myself for new experiences. Something new, something better, perhaps, that's going to come up. And what do? You open your mindset, lateral thinking. So curiosity is the key that you unlock lateral thinking versus linear thinking, to open your mind through curiosity to unlock new possibilities in your life. So stay curious, right? So the first one was, we said, stay present, stay curious. And now, number 3, celebrate synchronicity in your life through gratitude. Oh, we are so grateful for the synchronicities that's happening in our life. These so-called coincidences, these so-called lucky events, these so-called uneventful events, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, it doesn't matter. It's all part of synchronicity. That accident there, 100 meters ahead of me in the highway, now I can't get to my destination. It was not destined to be at your destination. Now the appointment has been cancelled or postponed. No more resistance and being angry. Accepting it. The acceptance skills. Everything is flowing according to the way it should be in my life. Now, though I acknowledge and accept my disappointment feelings, I am flexible. It's part of synchronicity. And I'm going to let it go, because now it doesn't serve me anymore to be upset about it. We celebrate synchronicity in our life. And when you think back here, your partner, the way you met each other, how synchronicities brought you together, how you got that new job through synchronicities, at the right time when you applied for the job, at the right time when they headhunted you, at the right time when you saw that advertisement, at the right time when you moved into that new venue. Everything is part of the flow of things in your life. how it's supposed to be, the river that's flowing, and you are going with it, and you're acting in this flow according to your highest excitement. And the last point there, it says, you and I need to embrace change. Sometimes the river makes a turn, a twist. It goes faster, sometimes slower. But we have to allow it to flow naturally. And part of this journey that you and I are following here has got to do with accepting the reality of change in our lives. Well, when change is there for your immediate benefit, there's immediate reward in change. It's a promotion that you get. You meet a new person, a new relationship, exciting changes, wonderful. But understand that sometimes change in the context of synchronicity means that for now we don't like it. When you don't get that promotion, when that person rejects you for that date that you so desire to have, when you go for that pitch for that contract that you so desperately need and it doesn't come your way, and it affects the way you need to go forward. It's part of embracing this change, because now change is steering your path into a new direction, and there's a flexibility of acceptance in your heart, and you let go with the flow. So that's how it works. You are making a shift. You are shifting from the one side to the other side, from the one to the other. And this is the beauty of when we are learning and we are growing in our lives. Now, let's look. We spoke now about the 4 mind shifts that we need to do. We've covered that. But now the last part. What about alignment tools? At this point, I have shared with you the formula. I hope you understand how the formula works. It's clear, eh? Very clear. Act on your highest desire and excitement and follow through with it until you can't do it anymore. Understand the process and flow of life and just be in the present moment. And understand that synchronicity is there, and understand that synchronicity is always working for the good in your life. Right. Now that you have this formula with you, let's look at the simple alignment tools. Many of them you are familiar with. Number 1, when we learn to be in the present moment through meditation, what are you doing? You are realigning your thoughts and connecting with your inner self. Bring peace to yourself. And in later broadcasts, I will speak more about some forms of amazing meditations that can help you to bring yourself to the present moment. And that can help you in an amazing way to get back into this flow of things into your life. Meditation, the ability to align yourself in the awareness of the present moment, to become your own observer without any judgment, and to breathe, just to breathe. This hour that we are together here is a mindful moment, being together here. And as you focus your full attention here on this broadcast, you are actually meditating. Number 2, your ability to journal your experiences. That will give you some clarity on desires that you have, your highest excitements, as we spoke earlier, but also to become aware of your limiting beliefs that you have. To journal your experiences. And those of you who want to learn how to journal, you can go to my website. My journaling book there is available for order. And there's also a video on my website under the journaling section where you can watch for a 20-minute video where I explain about how the wellness journal system can work. But one of the most powerful ways has got to do with visualization. And I'm going to get back to it very soon. But to envision your intentions by means to create a sense of a flow through your elevated emotions that you have. And I'm going to show you this diagram now. Before we get to point number 4, this whole concept of number 3 is powerful. Here it is. Intention. Remember, 2 episodes ago I spoke about what is your intention for 2025 in terms of your work, your health, your mental health, your relationship, finances, and spiritual life. What is your intention? What do you want to achieve this year? And then I said, make it very clear, make the picture very clear, and then attach an elevated cluster of emotions next to it. That feeling of being empowered, free, energized, gratitude, joyful, worthy, stimulated, motivated, satisfied. Oh my goodness, to be adventurous. When I have that picture in my mind, I'm unlimited. I am in love with life. But it's got to do with your intention, a clear intention, that you have a vision about the picture. I had a clear intention. I want to start with this broadcast. You know what I did? Even before I started with the broadcast, I already had the elevated emotion. I don't wait for the emotion to come only when it manifests. In my mind, it's a done deal because I visualize it. I see in my mind, I see it already manifesting. That's the whole idea of visualization, to feel the elevated emotion before it manifests. What are you doing? You are connecting the present with the future. You are manifesting your future, and the present and the future becomes one through visualization attached with elevated emotions. Without elevated emotions, nothing will happen. You can visualize, you can have a vision board, and you can pray until you're blue in the face with your vision. But if you don't have faith associated with the joyful feeling of gratitude, then there's no shift. So the gratitude practice will attract the abundance in your life, the manifestation. So your elevated emotions attached to gratitude is the key here to align yourself. Because scarcity, that's the opposite of gratitude, creates resistance. The but what if, what if? Then there's scarcity. The fear and the doubt increases a problem. You create a frequency in your whole body that blocks the natural flow of abundance. We become our worst enemy. However, by shifting your focus towards gratitude tonight, you are shifting your perspective. And now you are trusting that everything is working for the good. That trust that you have about that vision that you have, that intention, allows the abundance to flow freely because of your elevated emotion. Another alignment tool, sometimes we just need to get out of the house. Just go out of the house, have a nature walk, reconnect with earth natural rhythms for grounding. Like, for instance, when you sit on the beach and you see the waves coming and going, and align yourself with your breathing in and your breathing out. You are reconnecting with yourself and connect with nature. The alignment tool is working there for you to your benefit. And then the last one is affirmation. When you learn to put a guard in front of your mouth, but more you speak the future into existence, into the now, because the future and the now is connected, is infused. There's a merging taking place when you say, I am abundantly blessed. I am abundantly blessed. I am healthy. Although maybe you don't feel like it, but you create the elevated emotion through your affirmation. My challenge to you tonight is go write down your affirmations. That I'm brilliant, I'm bright, I'm a radiant beam of light. I'm an excellent performer. I am a dynamic life transformer. Everything in every way just works for me. I am in the flow of things. I accept that everything is working for my benefit. I'm calm, focused, and creative. I'm highly productive. You speak it into existence. You can even use your faith, the Bible verses, everything. You can bring it into the equation of your affirmations. Say it, speak it, because there's power in the word that you speak. Life and death lies in the power of your tongue. You're a creative being. And this is what I challenge you tonight. Okay, this is 7 o'clock. Did you get it? You can flow. If you want to flow with life, you can live a purposeful life if you apply the formula that I've shared with you, along with the simple, basic alignment tools. This is indeed your birthright. You deserve it. To stay in the present, to shift yourself away, to distance and dissociate, disconnect yourself from anything from the past that does not serve you anymore. The only thing from the past that you can take along with you is the lessons that you've learned to become the higher version, elevated version of yourself, and not to repeat it ever again. Thank you so much for your presence here tonight. It was good to have you on board. Now, a few things. Number one, if you are interested still to get hold of a copy of that book of mine, oh goodness, I love that book, Mindful Moments. Just go to the bookstore there, and that's where you will get it there. My bookstore, I think you know where it is, theancientmaster.com, shop.theancientmaster.com. You can just go there and get hold of your copy. Then also, hereafter, I'm going to just edit the video, and within the next hour, it will be available there for your view. If you didn't check the whole video yet tonight, you're more than welcome. Then the coming week, you understand how this group is working. We use the contents of tonight as a means of discussion. If there's anything that you would like to elaborate more on, share in your comments in the group. If there's anything you don't understand, please pose your questions there. There's also chat rooms there that you can activate, and in the chat room you can ask your questions there and start a discussion. Your group is there for you. We are on a journey of transformation, and that's what it's all about. Thank you for being here tonight. It was a good time, and I'm looking forward to see you next Sunday evening again. The same time, same place, same face, where we're going to work again on this amazing time being here together. Thank you for your openness tonight and your participation. I am deeply grateful for your presence here tonight. Everybody, I'm so deeply grateful. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you from the depth of my heart for you being here tonight. Have a blessed week.